It's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? I am filming this, I'm batch filming on Thursday. I think it's the 7th of May, but you'll be seeing this probably on Saturday. Just because I filmed an earlier one that's going to go up probably, hopefully you'll see it Friday, Saturday. I don't know. If you're new to my channel, thanks for joining me. I hope that you like the channel and want to come back again and again. And for my existing subscribers who have come back again and again, thank you so very much. I appreciate you more than you know. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button, hit a thumbs up. Everybody hit a thumbs up. Make a comment if you care to. All that helps my channel and I appreciate it. I'm a little crooked here. There we go. My channel is mostly a crochet channel. A little knitting. I'm learning to knit. I'm doing a knit along with Lynanne from Nina's Knots Crochet, and I'll show you that in a minute. But mostly I'm a crochet channel. My husband and I live in this camper. We sold our house when we retired in January of 2025. And we started traveling, so we do some travel. I said do. I know, Laura, I know. We also do travel videos when I have the time to put that together. I owe you guys, I think, one travel video from when we left. We left San Diego, and I included Joshua Tree in that video because I was still in California. So after California, we traveled up through Nebraska, Utah, Nebraska, Illinois, but mostly we drove. We just drove. We did spend some time in Colorado, just a few days. So there's some Colorado stuff. There's some beautiful, beautiful places that we drove through in Utah. We did stay in Utah one night. So that'll be a whole nother travel video and bring us here to Ohio. Ohio is home. It's where my family lives. Well, our family, Roy's brothers and sisters are here. Our kids are here. My brother is here. This is home. This will always be home. We arrived here earlier than anticipated because we were looking to buy a home, actually, and we thought we found a good home, but it didn't, you know, I went in, there were 4 we were going to look at. 2 sold before we got here. 1, there was no way we were going to buy. Once we went into it, we're like, oh gosh, goodness, no. Even though it's in the city I really want to live in. There's a city here called Vermilion. I know this is totally off topic, and I'm sorry, but I'm just rambling. But there's a city here called Vermilion, which I really love. We used to camp in Vermilion years and years ago when we first bought our first camper. Like 2000, probably 10 or 11 years ago now, 2014 or 15. Must have been our first camping summer was 2015. And it was in Vermilion, and I fell in love with this cute little lakeside town. It's not a big town. There's no like big industry, but it's got a cute little historic downtown area, and it's on the lake, and it's older homes. It's an older community, but it's just a small, happy little town. And I really enjoy it. It's a golf cart community. I love that because, you know, I have a golf cart. If you've been around, you know that anyway. And I love my golf cart. I just want to be able to drive my golf cart all over town. And you can in Vermilion and in the town next to it, Huron, which is also an option. You know, we're looking for, anyway. The house that we came mainly to look for, it's a nice house. It's a really nice house, but we went in and it just wasn't home. I just didn't feel like I'm home here. So we're not buying that house, and we're going to continue to look. So that's my summer project, is maybe buying a house. I really miss my yarn room as far as home ownership goes. Florida and Mississippi are both financially a better place to live. Florida, I don't think Mississippi either, taxes your pension. Neither tax Social Security. But I know for sure Florida doesn't tax pension. The properties we're finding are less expensive there than in both of those places than they are here. Florida wants to get rid of its property tax. So all that makes Florida look really good as far as tax advantages for retirees. But family is here, so home is Ohio. So anyway, we're here. We're loving being home and spending time with the kids. So for the first 2.5 days that we were here, that's all we did was just, I barely picked up a piece of yarn. I don't think I really even did. And that's okay. But now we're here at this campground for Big Bird Week. We'll be here for 2 weeks. Big Bird Week is about 10 days. Roy will do a lot of birding, and I'll do a lot of crocheting and knitting. That's the plan. So today's video, now that I've done all the rambling, I did get Happy Mail. And I'm not going to show you who it's from. I just cut it open. I had not opened it. This is my second Happy Mail from when I got home. And this is just what I thought it was. So let's see. We've got a little note here. This is from Mary. Mary is from Rome, Georgia. And Mary has sent me purple scraps for the... thank you so much, Mary. I can't wait to see the final project. And I hope it takes a really long time to for it to become a final project. I started my 10-minute knitting challenge when I wanted to learn to knit. And I was challenging myself to knit 10 minutes a day. I started doing short little videos, knit 10 minutes, just keep knitting 10 minutes a day. I knitted, I was practicing my purling actually at one point, and I made a little cowl, and I gave that away at Christmas time to my granddaughter's best friend, because she wanted it, and I used up all of my purple scraps. I had purple scraps, and I was making a scarf. Then after that, that was a Christmas cowl. It was red, green, and white. Excuse me. And so then I decided to use up my purple scraps and make a scarf. Well, my purple scraps did not make a scarf. They were not, I did not have enough. For this project, I'm using 4-weight acrylic yarn, and these needles are number 10, whatever that means. These are boy number 10 knitting needles. I think that's like a 5mm. It does not say, but I think that this is a 5mm if you go by millimeters. I don't know the numbers. Millimeters I do understand because of crocheting. So I used my purple scraps, and then as I was seeing friends in Florida, in Mississippi, and everywhere that I've seen friends, I asked them to give me a purple scrap to add to my scarf, and it has become the sisterhood of the traveling purple scarf, because throughout my travels I have picked up other yarns from other people. And what I'm doing, it's getting longer. What I'm doing is, as I add a person, I have a tag. This particular yarn came from Nancy. This particular yarn came from Desiree. This yarn here came from Lynanne. So I'm just asking for little balls of purple scraps to add to my blanket or my scarf. It's just 30 stitches across. Now I finished, this was from JoJo, from Joe's Web, and she gave me several small balls. I just finished the second small ball from her, which is this purple. I don't know what yarns any of these are because they're scraps. I have this. This is a Red Heart Super Saver yarn, I believe. And it is in between. I'm doing 2 or better rows, whatever I feel like, of the variegated in between the purple, the different purple swatches. So every time I get a different color to go in, I add a few rows of this. I add my lifeline in there at the same time, so I got to move this. But I finished the purple. I just put this in to finish the row, so I have to do a couple of rows of the variegated. And then I will go on to another Joe. I have, oh, it's not right here handy. I have, I think Joe gave me 5 little scrap balls, so I'm going to add those. I have yarn from Trish. I have yarn from my friend Lynn. I have a bag of yarn in it of different. So I'm going to put, I have, let's see. And this is living in this bag. I think my daughter gave me this bag. It has all these little pockets in it. See, these are the other scraps from Joe. So one of these will go in next. And just random. But in here, there's all these pockets. I love this bag. It is a bag for knitting and crocheting. It's got, you know, places for your needles and hooks. There's a zipper pouch, more needles and hooks and stuff. It's wonderful. I don't know where it came from. Anyway, so I have these. These are Avery. And I got these at like Walmart. And I didn't want white. I wanted, I don't know why, it didn't really matter. But I take a tag. And now I'm going to put this tag, and I'm going to write Mary's name on it. Mary from Georgia. From Rome, Georgia. And I'm going to put the tag in the bag. So when I start using Mary's yarns, there we go. Oops. I'll know whose yarn it is. You know, who gave me the yarn. And while I am in Ohio, which should be the majority of the summer, and I can get my own mail, if you want to send me a scrap to go into my Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf, I would love and appreciate it. Just little scraps. They don't even have to be this big. This is a lot. But I appreciate it, and I will use all of it. I'll put it all in there. But this size is fine, just like golf ball size. So that I can just sit down and maybe get a whole ball in at one time. So this, I wrote JoJo on the top of this bag, so I know it's JoJo's. This will go in my bag of I have a whole bag of scraps now. Well, not a whole bag, but just a few. And this lives in here, and I can just easily, don't you love my little stitch marker? Oh, isn't he cute? When we're driving, I like to do this when we're driving because I'm doing knit a row, purl a row, so you get the stockinette stitch, and it shows the V's. And I'm just saying that for reiteration in my brain. And for those of you that have joined my knitting challenge, literally I do knit more than 10 minutes on it now when I pick it up. I don't do it every day like I should. I challenge myself for the practice, and the practice has worked. I can I can knit, I know the difference from a knit stitch to a purl stitch, just from working on these projects, these 10-minute a day challenge projects that I challenged myself to, being that cowl and now this project. If you've got the bumps, it's the purl stitch. If you've got the V's, it's the knit stitch. When you're knitting a row and purling a row, knitting a row, and making the stockinette, if you're looking at the V's, then you do the V stitch, the knit stitch. If you're looking at the bumps, then you do the purl stitch, because it's every other row. So the row you're looking at, this is the purl row. I'm going to purl because the knit row is on my needles. So when I'm looking at the V row, the purl row is on my needles, so I'm still doing the V row again. And that took me a minute to figure out how do you know which one you're doing, but I figured that out. You know, I'm older. My the older I get, the slower my brain goes as far as learning new stuff. But you can, daggone spam. You can teach an old dog new tricks, because I am learning to knit. And I am enjoying knitting, particularly when it's just, well, knitting is 2 stitches. I've also learned that. It's knitting and purling. And it's a combination of what you do with those 2 stitches. Like crochet has many stitches. I need to add this to the purple so I know that's still Joe's. Crochet has, you know, slip stitch, a single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, you know, and on up and up and up. Many more functions to learn. Knitting is knitting and purling. If you do like a yarn over or a slip stitch, I mean, it's a slip stitch isn't a stitch, it's just moving the yarn over. And like 2 togethers, still you're knitting those 2 togethers, you're purling those 2 together. It's the same stitch. This is what I've been told. This is what I see to be true. So that's my tip on knitting right now. So let me show you my crochet along knit. I just gotta, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. It's living in this beautiful elephant bag that my good friend Lynn gave me. You guys, knitting is slow. Okay, let's just know that. Now, this is a crochet along that I'm doing with Lynanne from Nina's Knots Crochet. Oh no, did I lose my little knit stopper? Oh no, please tell me I did not lose it. It's got to be in here. Yes, it is. So I bought this ball sack. It's to hold a cake of yarn. So once this yarn is from the wool market it's Louisiana, I think. It might be Mississippi. They're right on the border there somewhere. And this is a fingering weight organic cotton. There's 437 yards in this skein of hank of yarn. I bought 3 to make a shawl. That was my idea. And I'm not really big into shawls, but it's fingering weight yarn, and I thought, oh, I might need a lot of them because I don't know how far this yarn's gonna go. I don't work a whole lot. My experience with fingering weight yarn is minimal. Even though I crochet all the time, it's always mostly been worsted. But in the last year, I really have learned that I like the thinner yarns. They give you such a nice drape and lightweight. If I'm not living in Ohio in the wintertime, I don't need a lot of heavy yarn. Not to wear. Blankets, sure. Gifts for the kids, but if I'm spending the winter in Florida, I want lightweight yarn. Florida or Mississippi, either one. Summer, the summer states, they're summer all the time. That's the fact. So anyway, I bought 3 hanks of this yarn in like a various colorways, matching colorways. I still have This is the first hank. I feel like I have been working on this project for 45 years. Yeah, that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I do enjoy doing it, don't get me wrong. I did start it over 3 times. I've had to frog areas back. It's practice. I've made mistakes. I've fixed. They fixed okay. I don't think anybody that doesn't knit wouldn't say, oh, look at that big mistake. Somebody that knits might find it right away. Mind your own. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you are a knitter and you see my mistakes or my fixed mistakes that aren't perfect, we don't have to tell anybody. It's practice. So, this is where I'm at. I have, I think, about 180 stitches. Now, we are doing, this crochet along is a tutorial by Fiber Flux. Fall Shawl. It's the Fall Shawl by Fiber Flux. I believe it's in the description box. If not, I will try to get it there. I messed with my description boxes and things were showing up that shouldn't, and I really need to clean that up. So anyway, the shawl is just knit every side. Just knit, just knit, just knit. I added, at the suggestion of, what's her name? Melissa, the owner of the wool market. She said, you know, you might want to add some, and she gave me some, well, I purchased some patterns from her on how to do some eyelets or some ribbing. I decided to do eyelets. The ribbing I wasn't good at, and I wasn't thrilled with, but I liked the eyelets. So and I didn't know how to count the rows when I started, so I was counting stitches, because on this pattern you add a stitch every row. Every row you add 1 stitch. You do a yarn over here, you do 3 stitches, then you do a yarn over, then you just knit the rest of the way. Doing that yarn over does the increase. So you increase every third, on the 4th stitch every time. So I decided that I was going to go by stitch count, and that every time I get 48 additional stitches is when I'm going to add my eyelets. And it's just 2 rows. It's yarn over and then knit 2 together, yarn over and then knit 2 together. So you increase it and then you decrease it all within the 2 stitches. So that's what I'm doing. I've learned to count the rows now. And this is the garter stitch when you have bumps on both sides. And I'm loving the pattern because it's mindless. I like, until I have to do this. Then I have to concentrate on what I'm doing to make sure I don't drop a stitch, because when I do the 2 together, yarning over, not an issue. That's really brainless. Wrap the yarn around and continue. The putting the 2 together, that I have to concentrate on. It's not hard. I just tend to have a hard time getting just the right 2 on my needles. These are 4mm needles. These came from Michael's in a kit. They discontinued years ago, but they're bamboo, and I do like them for this because there is a little tiny bit of a drag. Not much, but it helps me keep this thin yarn and these tiny needles all together. When I knit a lot on this project, my eyes get crossed after a while and I get blurry. So by the time I finish a row of 2 togethers, I can't see anymore. And I have a hard time picking out, like, my needles will go in and I'll get the 2 together, but then I end up with maybe I got 3 loops on there instead of 2. Maybe I grabbed you know, pulling it back through, I grabbed the back leg of another stitch, you know, one of the two that I'm trying to do together. It's just a matter of, it's easier to do this on a bigger yarn when you're practicing. Now, somebody did give me a hint of taking your needle, and like stretching out the second stitch, because you're going to knit two together. So you're going to put these two on your needle, but you got to get your needle in there, and the second one might be tight. So take your needle, pull that stitch out a little bit, make it looser, so then you can more easily get your needle through two of them without pulling everything off your hook, off your other, because that was my problem. You have this, that's another one of my problems, I should say. You have all your work on here, and you go to knit those two together and pull them off this needle. I was losing the stitch after it as well, dropping that stitch. So it's not difficult. It's just that I have to pay attention, and like I said, then my eyes get blurry. My doctor says that's from eye fatigue, and I should wear my glasses. It doesn't help to wear my glasses, and I see better without them. So then they gave me glasses just in the closest prescription, and I hate wearing those. They're really cute though. You want to see them? I have them right here. They're so cute. But when I wear these glasses, I'll show you, they're purple. So that makes them cute right then and there. You can see they're purple, a little purple. So cute. But I can't see. I can see. I haven't worn them in a year. I can't see out there. But I can see you. Maybe I should try these again. Maybe my eyes have changed in the last year, and now I could work with them. It was that if I worked with them, I could see right here to knit or crochet, but I couldn't see anything beyond that. So I look up to talk to Roy, or to look at the TV, or to look out the window. It's all blurry out the window for sure. More blurry than when I don't have them on. But I can see you. That's unusual for wearing these. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll give it a try again. Aren't they the most adorable little glasses? I just love the purple. Well, purple is my favorite color. Maybe I'll practice with them, with wearing them. I can't crochet or knit, wear these and watch TV because the TV is blurry. But I can do it with my regular glasses. I can have them on. You are less blurry, I think. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I can see the camera better without these glasses on, but I could probably see the stitches better with them on. And that's my problem, because like if we're watching TV and I'm sitting over there and the TV is over here, I can't see the TV. But I can if I wear these glasses, which are trifocals. I mean, it's got this prescription in these glasses. So wearing these glasses, it should just work, if you ask me. But most of the time when I like to not have glasses on when I'm knitting and crocheting. So that's how that goes. But these are adorable, aren't they? So that's where I'm at with the knitting and the crocheting. I'm going to practice wearing these. Maybe that's it. I need to practice 10 minutes a day wearing these glasses for knitting and crocheting. Yeah. And maybe I can get through a row of knit two together and not be cross-eyed. We'll see. But it's going to make me cross-eyed to talk to you like that. It's already bothering me. I probably should have taken them back to the eye doctor and said, this isn't working. We need to fix this some other way. It's probably too late for that now. But I do love them, and I think I've worn them about 10 minutes total in a year and a half, which is really sad because they're cute. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, all those things like we talked about at the beginning. If I don't see you again, please have a very happy Mother's Day. See you later. Happy hooking. Bye-bye.